Is there life after all the venomous divisions we've seen over the issues of gay rights and immigration? And then the question continues to be, all of the life after these punitive attacks on the poor, on the young, on the vulnerable, on the old, and on the children. And I'm here to say about that central and perpetual question, is there life? I want to tell you a resounding yes, there is. And I say that the Republican Party, and let's not be defensive about this central theme, and we have to repeat it to our constituencies over and over. The Republican Party, that kind of twisted, discredited ideology, has dug this nation and this state into a deep, deep hole. A hole that is economic, a hole that is about the divisions where we use fear and division on the American people and drove wedges in one place after another. And so we were in that hole. But the process of digging us out of that hole rests with the Democrats. It rests with the discipline of the Obama administration, and it rests with the Democratic Party. And that is the no, and I think what's ahead of us is going to be difficult. The challenges are tough and they're frustrating. We have some opportunities, though, and I keep preaching that to my colleagues in the Progressive Caucus and in the House of Representatives. We have an opportunity to redefine the political landscape of this nation and of this state. We have an opportunity. And that opportunity rests with our ability to see beyond ourselves. And what I mean by that is that many times our elected officials, and I will plead guilty on occasion of having the same disease, self-perpetuation becomes the key motivator as opposed to trying to move the ball down the court and progressively trying to change the politics of this nation. And the accountability rests with all of us. And I think our constituencies, and I always say that, have to hold our feet to the fire. They have to say to us that we are accountable, not for just what we say, but how we vote, and how we educate, how we motivate, and how we deal with the people that keep us in office. Because the landscape requires more than self-perpetuation right now. For the progressive community and progressive politics, and by the way, nothing to be feared about being a progressive. It is the most common sense politics in this nation right now. I tell people that I'm a progressive because I'm a realist. I am a progressive because it's not an academic exercise, it's an exercise in common sense. I'm a progressive because I like change and I believe in it. And I'm a progressive because I value and protect the very institutional liberties and participatory democracy that I'm a part of. That's why I'm a progressive. And so our policies, our attitude should be one that we are one of the people, not separated from major opinion in this country. And if you look at major opinion, from healthcare reform, international, domestic spending, investments in education, social security, entitlement programs, the majority of the American people are with us on those positions. And so we should relish that and use that common sense knowledge to our advantage. We have things that are ahead of us. These holes are going to be difficult. This healthcare reform is going to be a difficult, difficult process. I'm a single payer person, always have been. We wrote the president 4 caucuses. Black Caucus, Asian Pacific Caucus, Hispanic Caucus, and the Progressive Caucus, and collectively represent 111 members in the House of Representatives, saying that if there was not a robust, well-financed, competitive, even playing field public insurance plan for the American people, public, that we could not support health care reform. And the issue with what's going to go on in Afghanistan, very painful one. The president has asked us, give me 1 more year. I've inherited this mess. Many of us, or let's just speak for myself, I'm very concerned about going down that same path again. Going down a path where we have no exit strategy, going down a path where we have no timetable, and I understand the intentions, and I'm one of those people that want Barack Obama to succeed. I do not want him to fail. It's good for us and it's good for the nation. On this issue, I want to separate myself. Not out of disloyalty, but out of consistency. I've consistently felt that we needed to balance what we do international with not just a stick, but a bunch of carrot too. Where we need to human development and economic development in developing countries has to be part of our mission. We cannot just be military action. So, I mentioned those two because those are the ones you're going to hear a lot about. The last thing, and I know that you're going through it as much as I am, is the Progressive Caucus tries to define itself in D.C. as a viable, effective, strong group, which is where I'd like it to be. We have some growing pains. And those growing pains come out of, and I'm mentioning this so we don't all repeat the same thing over and over again, come out of a comfort zone. That we're so used to being the loyal opposition that we haven't learned how to be the effective strategists, power players, and people that need to move our agenda. And we need to make that transition. The opposition will always be there on things that we consider wrong for this nation, but the effectiveness, the pragmatism of moving our progressive agenda forward has got to be what we develop next, and we're working on that. And the last thing I want to tell you is I want to thank you. You know, people always say, well, it's so easy for you to be a progressive if you have a district like that. And I say, no, that's not true. That's not true. What is true, though, as I said earlier, I have spent a considerable amount of time, and I will continue to spend a considerable amount of time, telling the voters exactly how I feel about an issue, where I'm coming from instinctively and intellectually on an issue. But I also think I bear a responsibility as a representative to be honest with the voters, and I also bear a responsibility to educate. I'm not just a sponge or a potted plant for Congress. I have the obligation as an elected official to go out there and show respect and sell the concept. And that's what I do.